Courtney Cox here in the NESN studios, joined now by UFC.com's Matt Parrino. Matt, thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Anytime.
All right, so big news today. August 26th is the day in Vegas. We've got Floyd Mayweather, we've got Conor McGregor facing off. Everyone's been talking about it for weeks now. But you're in the UFC office, so how are you feeling? Were you surprised that this is actually happening?
I think anybody that tells you that they're not a little bit surprised, even though we've been talking so much about this, is lying, because it seemed like Dana even said it today multiple times that this seemed like the unmakeable fight because of the history behind how tough negotiations can be in boxing. Floyd Mayweather's camp particularly, you could look at the Manny Pacquiao fight, took years and years and years to make that one happen. It seems like this one has come together in record time. So surprise, yes, but I think that we're just in an age where the fights that make sense happen.
Well, no better eyes than yours. You're in the UFC office, like I said. So what's the vibe been like there? Are people excited? Are people freaking out?
Everybody's excited. I mean, Dana White went on ESPN at about 3 o'clock to announce the details of the fight, and we were all standing around the television watching in excitement. And we've only been in this new building now for a few months, and we weren't all under one roof before when we used to live or when we used to work at a different campus. So to have everybody under one roof and the excitement around this fight, I mean, it's an accomplishment for Conor McGregor. It's an accomplishment for mixed martial arts that he's such a big star, such a transcendent star that makes this fight so compelling. It's really special. I mean, to make these two worlds collide like this was going to take two. We talk about who's the A side in this fight. It was going to take two A sides, two sides that everybody was interested in, and we had that with this fight.
Well, you bring up what I was just about to talk about. We're talking about the fight actually happening now, but about a week ago you talked to our very own Andre Kachatourian about who is the bigger draw in this one. And you said something interesting. You said, you're kind of surprised that Floyd Mayweather would want to do it. He's unbeaten in boxing, 49 wins under his belt. For you, you were kind of wondering why he would want to go for 50 and kind of risk that unbeaten. Who has more to lose in this fight, in your opinion?
No doubt about it, Floyd has more to lose. Everybody expects Conor McGregor to lose this fight, and I'm not just saying that because it's the UFC side and we're going into Conor's going into the boxing ring. I'm just saying it because Floyd has an unblemished record, and that's something that Dana White said today. Floyd Money Mayweather, he loves making money and spending money, but equally as important to him is that unbeaten mark. And not only, listen, Floyd Mayweather is the runaway favorite to win this fight, as he should be, but let's just stop for a second and think, what happens here if Conor McGregor catches him, stumbles him, knocks him out, anything? The world changes the next day. August 27th, the world changes. Floyd Mayweather has made his reputation on being unbeaten. If he gets beaten by an MMA fighter, not even a boxer, craziness will ensue.
Well, so of course, McGregor has no professional boxing experience, but he has been showing that, he is practicing the craft. In your opinion, what kind of experience from UFC do you think he can take into the boxing ring? Do you think maybe he does have an upper hand and he could maybe trip up Mayweather?
So Dana White said it best today. I mean, and over time, he's learned over time to stop doubting Conor McGregor. Every time somebody tells this guy he can't do something, he figures out a way to do it. Now, the realist in me says, okay, there's not a very good chance for him to beat Floyd Mayweather at Floyd Mayweather's game, which is boxing. But he's a southpaw. Floyd has had the most trouble against southpaws in his career. He's lengthy. He's going to have a 2-inch reach advantage. He's going to be taller. He's going to be the bigger fighter. They're fighting at 154 pounds, which was actually a very interesting piece to this whole thing because Floyd traditionally has fought at 147. He's fought at 154 before, but 147 is where he's probably most comfortable. And he'd probably want to bring Conor back down to that weight class to try to, maybe have a little bit of an advantage. But because they'll be at 154, I think that it presents a more interesting situation. Conor's not going to have to cut that much weight, so he's going to come in here. He's going to be feeling fresh. and he's going to come after him in those first few rounds. And the big selling point of this fight, what if Conor McGregor, knockout or artist, one of the baddest men on the planet, what if he connects? I mean, that's going to be the reason you'll buy this pay-per-view.
All right, well, something that will be very interesting, very intriguing for everybody. The fact that it's Vegas, I've never been to Vegas, but it is the capital of spectacle. You live there. What do you think the vibe's going to be like leading up to this fight? Is it going to be absolutely mayhem?
It's going to be crazy. I mean, I've been out here for 3 years now, and I've been around the scene for the last couple of Floyd fights. Even I went down to the Strip. It was probably a mistake bringing my, at the time, 1-year-old son down to the Strip during Mayweather-Pacquiao Mania. And it's crazy. I mean, the boxing, environment around these big fights is crazy. It brings out the stars, brings out the celebrities, and I think that Conor, who is arguably, with Floyd being retired the last couple of years, the biggest star in combat sports, you're bringing these two worlds together, and I think it's creating this thing that everybody's talking about in town. I feel like it's overshadowing a lot of, big fights. I mean, Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez was recently made, and I feel like as big of a fight as that is, and as much as people have clamored for that, people still are only talking about Floyd versus Conor. So this is a once in a lifetime type of thing. I mean, you have traditional boxing people that have long been anti-MMA, and the MMA community that has been like, boxing's dead or boxing's dying. You have these two passionate fan bases that are going to come together for one night, and there's going to be a line in the sand, and you're going to see a bunch of people really rooting for their own sport, even more so than maybe the fighter in the ring. So it's just it's a once in a lifetime situation, and the energy's off the charts.
Well, that is interesting. Obviously, people will be, excited to see the action inside the ring, but ringside will also be very interesting. I didn't even think about that. This will draw celebrities from all over. Anyone in particular that you're going to want to see at this?
I mean, you're going to see them all. I mean, Leonard Ellerbe at the press conference today said Jay-Z, Puffy, all the NBA stars, maybe even LeBron James will be out. You never know. Dana White's a big Boston guy. Maybe Tom Brady might be coming out. It's going to be right at the start of the season there, so maybe he'd have to make a quick trip. But I think that the who's who of celebrity will be out at this one.
All right, well, great stuff from Matt. As always, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me. And you guys at home want to make sure that you follow along with him on Twitter at Matt Parrino UFC. Matt, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.